Welcome to Bee's Travelogue, episode 55. 1 week after my successful trip to the mountain temple in Haenam, I took the bus again to go to the cable car. A Korean woman sat down near me and started asking questions. She was a professor at a university in America, and we ended up chatting the entire way to Haenam. We parted at the bus terminal and I took the local bus to the cable car station. I had to walk a little bit, but it wasn't too far. I bought my ticket and waited for my departure time. I was the only person in the cable car along with this guide. Once we got a little bit higher up, the views were amazing. This was actually one of my favorite scenic views on my entire trip to Korea.
6계단의 산책로가 설치되어 있습니다. 산책로 양쪽으로 희귀종인 백소사나무 자연 분재 공원을 만나고 왼쪽으로는 한반도 모양으로 잘.
My guide also pointed out things to me, but everything he told me was in Korean, so I wasn't really sure what he was telling me. The ride lasted 8 minutes and cost 13,000 won, about $10. That includes the return trip. This was August 31st and everything was still very green and there were no signs of fall yet. I was prepared to go on a long hike. I had thought that the cable car would lead to the top of the mountain and that from there I would be able to go back down to the temple, Daehyeongsa Temple, where I had been the week before. So after we arrived and I left the station, I climbed the stairs further up the mountain. The sound of cicadas was very strong all around me. There were a few signs like this along the way, and it only took less than 15 minutes to get to the viewing platform all the way on top. The sign shows that on a clear day, you can see all the way to Hallasan on Jeju Island. I think you can see it a little bit in the distance there, which is pretty cool. 125 kilometers to Hallasan, and you can see it. All around the viewing platform were these markers that showed in which direction you would find certain countries. Since my plan was to get to the temple, I was looking for the path that was leading off the mountain over to the next one. I followed a path, but it ended up being a dead end. I kept looking around, thinking there had to be a way, but I didn't find one. When I later consulted the photo of the map that I had taken on my previous hike to Daehyeongsa, I noticed that it was a one-way leading up to this peak. I had seen all the hiking trails, but I hadn't noticed that they didn't connect in one area, so I should have checked more closely before coming here. From this area in the back, I had a great view of the mountain lake and of the cable car station. When I returned to the viewing platform, I recognized the paper airplane design on top. From there, I followed another small path and came to the marker, 638 meters for the top of the mountain. And in that area, I encountered many different butterflies. Since I wasn't going anywhere else that day, I just spent some time chasing butterflies. There were signs definitely declaring there was no way further from this area. Chasing butterflies is much harder than you would think. They were much faster than I had anticipated. I do have a few pictures of the orange and black butterflies and their shadows beneath them. As I returned to the station, I kept hearing the cicadas. I stopped under the trees and tried very hard to find them. I actually spotted several cicadas, which are brown-gray and look like tree bark. And then I saw the spotted lanternfly as well, which apparently doesn't make any sound, but you can hear the cicadas in the background. In America, if you see a spotted lanternfly, you're supposed to kill it because it's an invasive species. But in Korea, they are being controlled by natural predators. On the way back, I stopped at the Cablecar station and sat a little bit, ate some lunch, and looked at some of the pictures. It was sort of like a small museum about the cable car and the region. There were pictures in all seasons, like the snow picture here, and also recommended places to see in Haenam province. Back in the parking lot, I saw this tree and gorilla design and decided to investigate. Inside were images of the universe. There was even a space suit, and taking the selfie was really difficult. You can see the Horsehead Nebula here, and even an image of a black hole. There were some people performing here in this area, but as you can see, I was the only one around. Even on a Saturday afternoon, Koreans were nowhere to be found. The local bus ride back through the rice fields was beautiful. I took pictures through the bus windows. If you like rice fields in the Korean countryside, please join me for my trip to Suncheon. The return bus to Namak didn't leave for an hour and a half, so I walked around Haenam for a little while and found a place to eat lunch. After my August overview, please join me for September's adventures. Thank you for watching.